Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Now this week I want to introduce you to a new chicken. Her name is Martha and she's not actually a brand new chicken in the sense that she's just been hatched. She's a 2-year-old chicken that unfortunately we've had to rehome. Chickens don't generally like being on their own, and this Martha, the rest of her flock was unfortunately killed by a flock. And her previous keeper, they put a message out asking if anybody would take Martha on. And I volunteered and said yes, I would take Martha on. Added to my existing flock with Bear, who's pretty old now, and Gertie and Hawkins as well. Now Martha spent a bit of time in quarantine before we got her anyway, and then when we got her we had to put her in isolation away from the other chickens in order to try and get them used to each other bit by bit. Now fortunately the way I'd set my run up, that was pretty easy to do, as I just closed off one section with Martha in one section and the chickens in the other, and that seemed to work quite well. And when we put them together, there was inevitably going to be a bit of fighting, but that soon disappears and they get the pecking order sorted. Now Martha actually came with her own chicken coop, and this is the Omlet Eglu cube, which is a chicken coop that I've always wanted. To be fair, I feel the Omlet range are much better, much easier to look after. We already had the Omlet Eglu, I think it was called the Eglu, and that was great, easy to clean, etc, etc, and housed the chickens quite nice and safely, but it was a bit on the small side. And the cube, being up off the ground, that bit bigger, can house more chickens, give them a bit more space, and has an isolated area for laying of eggs, which means our eggs are much cleaner using this. It's a fantastic piece of kit. Now what we had to do is, with the Omlet Eglu cube, is I ordered the run to go with it, which I built, and then I've connected that on to the walk-in chicken run that we already have. I say walk-in, it's more like crawling, but it gives all the chickens a nice bit of space to run around and explore and see what they can get up to. Now, as I was making an order with Omlet anyway, I decided I was going to order a few extra bits. One of the things that I ordered was a swing that just hangs, and chickens can use it as a bit of a perch and even swing from it. It is known for them to be swingers, so they've yet to use it, but we will keep an eye on it and see what happens. And I've also ordered the top. I did have a piece of blue tarp over the top of the run. This is in particular to try and keep the rain off. It's quite a clay soil where they are, and the rain causes no end of problems. But also with this chicken lockdown that we find ourselves in, the tarp was to stop birds pooping inside, etc, etc, which again works nicely, but the blue tarp I always felt just looked awful. So I bought the correct Omlet top cover, heavy duty, so much easier to fit, and I think it looks a lot better as well. So yeah, the main point I wanted to bring up today was the fact that we have this new chicken running. Her name is Martha. She's up and running. She seems to be enjoying herself and what have you. So best of all, we're getting eggs. That's the most important thing. Lots of eggs. Well, that is it for this video. I think my next video is going to be a tour of our home garden, so keep your eye out for that next time. Until then, please take care.